My name is Varughese. Today I'm going to spend next 20-30 minutes to showcase how the future cyber systems are emerging and how we need to be prepared for. I choose the topic GenAI and autonomous security in the age of zero trust. I know these words are very, very familiar. But in our today's world, how these mean to us is what I'm going to demonstrate to all of you. Before I start the session, a couple of disclaimers. Is there anyone here below 18 years old? Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to demonstrate a lot of real-world examples. The purpose is not to scare all of you, but to create awareness. The second, all these examples are publicly available examples. You can understand more about that in detail from the public sources. And third, I'm not representing my official company here. I'm in my personal capacity. So whatever I'm sharing here is based on my derived experience and the research I'm doing in this space. Brief about me. About more than 2 decades in AI, cyber, and national security. I love sharing my knowledge across various forums. So this is my 581st public speaking session, and more than happy to share in further avenues as well. So today, if you look at, we are living in a world where everything is technology driven. In the past, organizations use technology to run their business, but today we are living in a world where businesses are getting built around technology. I come from Bangalore, so every street you can see Pani Puri seller. Even a Pani Puri seller today is building his business on technology where he receives order through e-commerce platforms. The Pani Puri is delivered through digital supply chain companies, and the payment is happening through fintech platforms. Right? 10 rupee Pani Puri business is built around technology, right? And you can see that the similar exponential adoption is happening across industry, whether it is drug discovery, health diagnosis, customer service, or even area flags are driven by technology today. And AI has come and accelerated the whole program, and where companies adopted outsourcing many of the traditional platforms and engineering with the help of AI capabilities, and which you can see autonomous cars running on the road with the help of AI, where there is no human intervention is required. Now these AI cars are being manufactured in AI-powered manufacturing units, factories. There you can see there is no human being, only autonomous manufacturing. Today governments are building autonomous roads. AI is coming to the road, right? Now, AI is everywhere, right? And that is where you can see AI has come to the next stage of generative AI, where companies start adopting generative AI in any of these areas as well. In the healthcare domain, you can see today technology is there, where you can just take a photo of your retina and feed it to the AI engine, and the AI can tell you just with the retina image what is your age, whether you are male or female, are you a smoker or a non-smoker, and in how many weeks you can have a heart attack. So AI has come to that level, right? Now, for me personally, whether it is AI, cyber, cloud, blockchain, it is not just anymore a tool or a technical aspect. It has become personal. It is coming home. And I want to play a very brief video just to show you how these kind of exponential technologies are becoming personal. I hope some of you are seeing this video. In case if you are not seen, it's just a brief 1-minute video.
Protein shake.
Make your protein shake.
Open the door.
The door open.
Radio on.
Playing radio.
And do lights.
Lights on.
Protein shake.
Make your protein shake.
New York.
Loading New York. Set speed.
4.
4.
6.
6.
16.
16.
4.
16.
4.
4.
16.
Correction. 16.
Then I was happy.
Lights down.
Only 16. Only 16.
4.
Now intoxicating alone had a score of 69.
69.
So this is where AI has come home and we started living in AI-powered smart homes and in our personal lives as well, right? So now this AI has come into every device and these devices are becoming intelligent, smart and connected. And these devices are coming inside our body. And we have seen a living example of our great leader to the morning, right? So and we have not only started having this technology coming inside our body, we are going to start eating the technology. We are going to start eating AI as well. Food and Drug Administration of the US government has already approved digital pill, which has a chip inside it, which has AI inside it, which can literally real-time diagnose the effectiveness of the medicine when you're eating. That means what? AI is not only coming to your home, into your body, but you're going to eat AI as well. Now, I personally believe that it's not only just the AI making the magic, the autonomous cars to the smart manufacturing factories, and the digital pills. It is going to be a combination of multiple exponential technologies like AI, cloud, IoT, metaverse, external reality, quantum computing. These technologies are going to come together to make this happen. I personally call it as the full stack cognitive architecture. And this full stack cognitive architecture is going to be leveraged in creating digital humans. We can call as humanoids for that matter. And this is a reality. Yes, today it's a reality with the kind of technologies available like thermoplastic elastomer, 3D printing, and brain mapping behavior analytics. You can actually print 10 Varughese scale, who can interact with you like Varughese. And already happened 8 years back. And that's what you are seeing. Sofia in Saudi Arabia moving about citizenship. There's nothing but the first example of a digital human, right? And this digital human can come into your house as your family doctor, who can give you personalized medical advisory and health advisory. Or the digital human can be a news anchor. Shinhua News Agency has appointed a digital human as their news anchor, who can read 24/7 news without taking a holiday or a sick leave, right? And the digital human can take the form of even a card, the shape of a card. Volvo has launched the HR manager. Is nothing but a digital human, which is nothing but a card. The interview in Volvo in certain offices is taken by this card. So HR manager is replaced by a card, right? Where AI is coming to them. Because normally the HR managers are getting impacted. In China, there is a company which is a $10 million company has appointed a CEO is nothing but a humanoid, a dragon, right? So what is really happening in the world is nothing but technology is coming everywhere, and every business is getting built around technology, and humans are not left in that whole ecosystem. Humans will be merged with machines and the vice versa. We have land here as a living example, right? And the question is here is normally chips and the biodiversity coming to our body. Can I upload my brain after my death into this humanoid? That's a question, right? And the era is going to come where digital humans are going to be normal. And today there are experiments, and successful experiments are happening by different companies where companies like Elon Musk Neuralink, they are actually putting an experiment where they're putting the chip into your brain, where your brain signals can be captured by the chip and can be processed, analyzed, and communicated to other ecosystem on behalf of you. That means what? Today, I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to hack you to just understand what is really happening in your mind. Are you really listening to me? Or are you thinking about the share price? What is happening in your invested stocks? Right? So that's where the world is moving. But the question is coming to cyber aspect, the security aspect of this. In the past, we knew what kind of threats were there, and we knew how to defend it. Slowly, new kind of threats started coming, but we don't know how to defend it. But today, we are living in a world in the age of this brain chips and the generative AI. You don't know what kind of threats are there, and you don't know how to defend it. So in his famous book, The Art of War, is told, if you know your enemy and if you know yourself, you don't have to worry about hundreds of battles. But if you don't know yourself, and if you don't know your enemy, every 50% of the war you win, 50% you lose. And vice versa, right? So the question is, do we know the invisibility in this whole digital ecosystem? They are some these attack surface, and it is a double-edged sword. When it is coming to zero trust, we all hear about the zero trust nowadays, very common. We are living in a world there is zero-day vulnerabilities and zero click attacks. Like today, in the morning, he told that I don't need to hack you. I just need to come and stand next to you to hack you, right? I don't need to really take your passwords to get inside your mobile. I just need to hold it by phone in my arm, or I can stand next to you and I can get your phone, right? So that's the word: zero click attacks and zero vulnerabilities, and that's where zero trust is very, very important. 8 years back, Maryland University has done a research, and then they found that every minute there are 3,000 target attacks. Every minute there is a 3,000 target attacks happening in the world. But in the last year, the British telecom BT has published a report where every second there are 500 target attacks. So now you can imagine how this exponentially these targeted attacks are happening. Is it humanly possible to have so many target attacks happening in the world today? And that is where we need to understand the cyber criminal, the threat groups and the threat actors are leveraging AI and GenAI much exponentially rather than we do in the corporate to launch this kind of attacks. And as per the IDC report, in a matter of couple of months, we are going to have 50 billion connected devices in this world. And as cyber criminals today can get into the CCTV or standing there to launch an attack against a nuclear power plant sitting in another country. 50 billion connected devices. We just needed one entry, one door to get it open. In a smart car, in an autonomous car, there are 30 plus areas cyber criminals are already targeting to launch attack against, and they are trying to exploit, including your infotainment system to your braking system, which is all connected to the larger internet ecosystem. Elon Musk Model S Tesla car, Model X car was breached in 90 seconds by ethical hackers before the car is getting launched in the market. Somebody can drive your autonomous car without getting into your car by sitting in some other country. And imagine the hundreds of cars can be hacked in real time, the entire city can be jumped, creating a traffic chaos in a city, in a country. And it already happened in Russia. That kind of a Bluetooth attack we talked about in the morning, right? One person in the US has stolen $3,000 worth of petrol from a fuel station by just enabling the attack from his car to the petrol pump. No connection, no, breach in the traditional, but Bluetooth attack. Now, I don't have the time to, but in the interest of time, but let me summarize. 2017 in Ukraine, electricity grid was shut down when the temperature was minus 34 degrees. Can you imagine when the temperature is minus 34 degrees? What happens when the electricity is shut down? People will be frozen to death. Flights cannot be landed. Telecommunication towers will be dead. No communication. People in the ICU will be dead. Right? So that's what can happen when are being targeted. Today, critical infrastructure is one of the main domains targeted by cyber criminals across the world, because many of the cyber crimes happening are recently sponsored by states. That means countries. Critical attacks in the geopolitical conflict that we are having. In Florida, a couple of years back, the water distribution system was trying to be breached, where cyber criminals were trying to infuse poison. 10.5 million people will be drinking poison because of the cyber attack. Cyber is no more just a technology or a tool to be considered. It is a matter of life and death, right? So, another news is not only about the water tank and the cars. There are news that from the Iranian airspace, 20 plus flights were rerouted, hijacked. You know how? People hack the satellite, and through the satellite, they did the GPS spoofing to reroute the flights. Today, to repeat a 9/11, what we have seen in the US, you don't have to get inside the flight to go and hijack the flight and hit a chip tower, right? So, if the flights can be hijacked, if the satellites can be hijacked, our smart cards can be hacked, our HR managers can be hacked, our CEOs can be hacked, right? And if those can be hacked, every smart device inside our smart home that we are seeing today in the morning, in the previous video, can be hacked, right? And it is already targeted. Every of our smart TVs, smart refrigerators, smart CCTV inside our home his body might have been hacked, we don't know. So again, in the US, in Florida, a cyber criminal was targeting to launch an attack against a casino which they were not able to be successful. But they found out there is a fish tank which was kept inside, next to the receptionist, which was connected to their network. And they exploited a sensor inside the fish tank, which was controlling the lighting and the temperature. And they exploited that to go into the casino. So every device which is connected, whether it is a fish tank sensor, or a printer at your home, or a CCTV, or even a smart vacuum cleaner. This is the real screenshot of a video footage of the LG HomePod, which is like a tiffin box, which is AI-powered vacuum cleaner. Ethical hackers, Checkpoint has done a research and they found out a vulnerability which can be exploited right in the wild. And then what happens if that is getting exploited? All your private moments in your bedroom, the gossips what is happening in your kitchen can be recorded by somebody and send it to somebody without your knowledge. And you don't know it because this whole smart vacuum cleaners have cameras, sensors, microphones, and even GPS. Right? There was a case in Kerala where one of the ladies' naked pictures were all around the internet. Where the police in the investigation they found out that the culprit is not the neighbor who came and spied, with the phone. It was nothing but a CCTV. It was nothing but a smart TV attached to this cam in her bedroom. Even when the TV was turned off, cyber criminal was able to, turn on the camera and record her video when she was changing the dress. Right? This is the real footage of a CCTV camera, Ring Central camera from the US, where the cyber criminal coming inside the house through the CCTV camera and asking that small girl to do very, very hard things. About is a pacemaker company. It's a healthcare company, actually, healthcare company. They do a lot of bad devices manufacturing in addition to the medicines they manufacture. FDA has the Food and Drug Administration of the US government has identified a critical vulnerability in one of the lots of this pacemakers, which is 465,000 pacemakers, had a vulnerability. Imagine if that was released to the market, going into the hearts of 465,000 people, what we have seen in Iran, the pacemaker got exploded. Somebody can explode a pacemaker inside people's heart with a click of a button. Cybersecurity has become personal as a matter of life and death. Again, Glenn, probably you can relate to this. You already have 10. Now we are living in a world, and I talked about human-machine integration. We all know human-machine interface. I'm talking about human-machine integration. We are going to have a number of these kind of devices which are intelligent, smart, AI-powered inside our body. Digital humans. We don't need to print any more digital humans. We are already digital humans now. By having these digital devices, my own devices separate to our body. Everything is being targeted today. This news came in India today some time back. When a person was using a sex toy in real time, that sex toy was hacked. A ransomware attack. Whether it's a sensor inside a fish tank or a very sex toy, it is targeted by cyber criminal. And today, unfortunately, they are not doing in-person attacks. They are leveraging AI to this attack. And they are coming to us directly and indirectly. In real form, even using deepfakes. And I'm skipping some of the deepfakes in the interest of time. I already got the one. When cyber criminals are using AI in big time, how much we are leveraging AI to defend these attacks. Some of the dark AIs, and probably you may be knowing all these dark AI, GPT solutions out there, which is used by cyber criminals to launch attack. And how many GPT solutions we are using in our cybersecurity domain to defend against attacks? Where cyber criminals are already having a number of GPT solutions to launch attack, right? Cyber criminals' motivations are changing like never before. Earlier, they used to breach the data to get money out of the data. But today, their intentions and motivations are disruptions and destructions. Today, cyber criminals are using AI to make their attack more intelligent, more targeted, and they are using the AI to decide whom to attack, when to attack, how to attack. Right? And they are using AI to create adaptive malwares which can change the signatures in real time. They are using AI to do machine learning poisoning and data poisoning. They are using AI to create deepfakes, and they are using AI to create autonomous weapons. I'm going to show you one example of an autonomous weapon in the next few minutes, right? But we should see how we can use generative AI and AI in our detection and response and the surveillance. Some of the use cases in the detection itself by generative AI use, where you can use generative AI in your incident triage. You can do generative AI in your threat hunting. You can do generative AI in your threat intelligence contextualization and correlation by by the large language models which is already in place. There are plenty of use cases what you can use generative AI today, and these are some of them. Whether it is attack simulation, whether it is pen testing, whether it is malware generation analysis in your defense labs, whether it is cyber simulation. There are plenty of use cases where you can use generative AI and then see how much strength and resilience we have. One of the main products in the mainstream products is Microsoft has released the Microsoft Copilot. In the interest of time, I'm not having the time to explain all these use cases, but Microsoft's Copilot is one of the leading solutions where they are trying to leverage GenAI and AI in the whole detection and response capability, right? So let me skip some of these things, and there is a beautiful architecture available in the internet which you can leverage, which you can see how you can bring one place, correlate, contextualize, and predict threats. And even if there is something going wrong, you can leverage AI and generative AI to respond to that in seconds, which can take hours and days, right? So there are plenty of examples which is already available. When a file is downloaded to your malware file is downloaded to your network, real time how that can be detected, even if it is not detected, how you can even when you are detecting manually, how you can use a generative AI to do the complete triaging, correlation, threat intelligence, contextualization, and even a threat hunting by the generative AI capability. Right? There are plenty of tools already available, but the question is simply, are we using these GPT solutions in our defense and resilience? Some of them are GPT, Droid GPT, Rust GPT, Threat GPT. These are GPT solutions already available out there. The question is simply, how much of them, or how many of them we are actually started even experimenting in our lab, forget about getting into the production, but are we using this, right? So, in addition to all these technologies, governments and industry ecosystem is coming with a lot of frameworks and standards to help you to adopt and accelerate this generative AI adoption. There are plenty of frameworks available from ISO and IEC. Even NIST has come up with a risk management framework, especially in the AI space, right? Now, if I need to summarize this whole thing into three aspects, I think we should look into intelligence-led security. The second thing we should look into integrated security operations, because today's cyber security is completely siloed for many of the organizations. The third one, intelligent defense, and that is where automation and AI-powered, generative-powered automation is extremely important. There are plenty of use cases like behavioral analytics-based detection and response, self-healing applications and infrastructure where you can use generative AI to do the self-healing for both of your applications as well as for your infrastructure. Nowadays, generative AI is embedded in your digital identity where the risk profile-based access management or authentication is already happening, and that is where zero trust we are talking about. Now, when we talk about a lot of this, threat management, most of the time we always look at within. We tend to look at applications within, infrastructure within, right, data within. But many times, most of the time what happens, the cyber criminals are looking at what is exposed to them. The cyber criminal is not attacking the world. They are trying to see how they can crack the door and come inside. And that is where ETL, which is nothing but external threat landscape management, is a new concept which we can call it as your attack surface management or digital risk management, etc. is coming into the picture, where that is becoming very, very important. And that is what you need to look at, not only within internal, but also you need to look at external point of view as well. There are plenty of aspects when it is coming to external attack surface management. It is nothing but your digital discovery, your cyber threat intelligence, your third-party risk management, your supply chain risk management, vulnerability intelligence, and also your attack surface discovery. So it has to be predictive, actionable, personalized, and adaptive. What are the intelligence that we build, and that needs to be integrated along with ETL to enhance your cyber resilience in a 360-degree view. Do I have 2 minutes? Okay, fine. Let me skip all of these things. So, I'm going to come to the conclusion of my session where the message is when everything is getting connected, smart, intelligent, and when cyber criminals and criminal groups are using AI to the best extent, we should also start leveraging AI. Plenty of tools, technologies, frameworks already available, but we should embrace this much more accelerated space than we are today, right? Just because of something can be connected to the internet, we should not be connecting to the internet. Because the bad guys how to make it one time right. but we have to make it all the time right. We need to have a fine balance between convenience and security. And in a software-defined world, if somebody is able to access your software, if somebody can master the code, they will be able to control everything. I personally believe that future crimes will be either it will be a cyber crime or it will be a cyber-led crime. I just want to play a 1-minute video to conclude my session. I was talking about autonomous weapons. Let's see that.
Your pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors. And just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of sheep explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little band is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get in motion, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest these dumb weapons drop where you point. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts. You're a pilot.
So what is on is nothing but a fantastic example of AI coming inside in a small drone. The dangerous part here, what we need to understand, $500,000 can fill the half of the city. There's nothing but the bad half of the city. This drone again, powered by AI, connected, smart, intelligent. Imagine if this can be hacked away a cyber criminal, the good half can be killed by the click of a button, right? I personally believe if there is a World War III, it will be a cyber warfare. In cyber security, imagination is the only one limitation. We are all under constant attacks. We already have been hacked and breached and attacked. The only thing is that Only two categories: people who know that they are breached, who don't know they are breached. It's not about if I am attacked, let me see. It's all about when I'm going to be attacked, how much I'm really prepared for. Instead of reacting and repenting, we should predict and prevent. Instead of detecting and responding alone, we should predict and proactive and protect. I think we are already at war with this invisible enemy who are nameless, faceless, and stateless. I'm part of Cocoon, but I thank the Cocoon entire team and all the cyber leaders here who are coming here to make it better, safer, smarter together. Thank you so much. I will take any questions.